tape measure at the shop.
Yeah, right. Your tape measure.
We're ready to, we're putting veneer on now, and the veneer on this project is a red reclaimed brick. We're using a thin brick and a tumbled silverledge. And these stones, this is from Twin City Brick in Savage, Minnesota. We're using a thin stone veneer. That's a possibility for you if you take a brick, turn it on its edge, and then you can adhere thin veneer to that. That way, you know, so you have so many options that way. You can tile, if you want to do tile, you can do thin stone, thin brick combination like we're doing on this project. Or you can, if you're okay laying brick or laying stone that's, you know, 3.5, 4 inches thick, you can do that yourself or hire somebody to do that for you. You can also take a brick, turn it on its side, and instead of putting anything on it like tile or thin stone or brick, you can stucco right over that as well. We're going to be doing that on this project as well. So the back side of the room, we're going to stucco the back to try to blend it in with the rest of the room to make it, the color is very similar to the color on the wall. So so we're doing a kind of a combination that way. So yeah, so that's your options as far as you know, veneer goes. And we're going to be cutting this red reclaimed brick now for the arch pieces around the door. So. So these are just going to go squish right in there like that.
Those will look cool.
Okay, same with this one. Let's cut there. Right there. Looking to you down there, Derek.
That's good.
Yep.
What are you doing here?
Okay. So this is the top of our top vent unit. We've kind of created a J-loop, which means this is the first lid. So on top of the bake oven, flue gas is all hit. the bottom side of this lid, and they move over this way, and they all go down this side. They wrap around the back, and they come up here where we got another lid, and that's going to have our chimney pipe opening in it. We've got a damper, incomplete damper assembly here, mounted to some angle iron welded steel that mounts to the outside. And then there's a pipe that goes through the whole opening, and we'll show this, but the purpose of that is that the core itself here can expand and contract up and down a little ways during the firing process, heating and cooling, and so we need that to be able to move without crushing the chimney pipe up into the ceiling support box. So not that it would be a lot, but it's just something that if you can make some room for,
right,
why not? So that's what we're doing right now. We got the final lid going on, the whole opening. We'll put that chimney assembly in here. We'll get this chimney pipe connected so that it's ready for fire.
What is a slip chimney?
So a slip link, this is a slip link, two pieces, top part, bottom part. Kind of hard to see the seam right there. You can see the hole right there. But it allows you to adjust the, push it down at this point, the length, so that you can make the attachment without, because everything has to fit tight, and so in order to slide it in there, you got to be able to slide it down and then also slide it back up. So that's what a slip link does for you.
Very good measure. So if someone's gonna thinking about a masonry here, install themselves, what's the easiest to most difficult veneer choices?
Yeah, I suppose for someone that wants to do it themselves, then there's definitely a different level of difficulty for different veneer choices. If you don't lay brick, the easiest thing, if you want brick, is thin brick, because it just goes on like tile. It's very adjustable, very easy to do. Thin stone is not a bad option. It is. It just takes some playing with. So it's not maybe as straightforward as, certainly not as brick, and then it depends also on, stone varies in so much. Like a random field stone would be probably the harder of the stone choices, just because everything is 100% random, and you're going to wind up with whether or not you're satisfied with larger masonry joints, or if you want to keep the joints tight, then it's really hard to do. You need a lot of options. So, but laying up, brick on their sides, it's not exactly an easy thing to do, but it can be done. and then you can do whatever thin stone, brick, or tile, or stucco. Sometimes people are familiar with one or another, you know, not all of them, but that's probably what I would say, is that stone can be a good fit. Some stone is very difficult by its nature, and then if you are looking for a specific stone bond, like a 2-to-1 bond, which a lot of this is, and a lot of stone is kind of set up for, it might be, you know, just time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
So plan for that. Not that it's difficult per se, but just plan on some time. So. Remember tomorrow, I'll bring my other bench too, so that everybody's got one. Yeah.
Is there any code for issues with doing it in the house with St. Nicholas or
Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah. Okay, sure. Probably a week and a half.
So what is that thing and why do we need one?
So this is your damper for your chimney. And just setting it, you know, everything's a little bit different, but you know, you just want to get it. I'm just trying to get this so that, you know, this is open and that is shut. It's kind of like regular controls. So that's the hope. And it has kind of this little insert right here, so that this slides in and out and clicks in, clicks out, so that everything stays where you want it. So yeah, it's the damp rod for the chimney, so that you can open up the chimney when you want to have a fire, and then the heat from the core will go up the chimney and cause draft immediately with the warmed air inside the chimney pipe. And then that way, you know, you'll always have a nice warm chimney and always have good draft. This over just an eighth or so to open that up to maybe, 3/8 at the most, and then that closes in on this, just because I only want to close in on this. I don't even want to close in on it. I mean, pencils, but yeah, exactly. That's all good.
I have more experience than I do with different organizations. I haven't seen too many organizations that do this, maybe once a year at their annual meeting. We'll talk about high level things, share the reports like we do already. But it's not social hours.
Yeah, so maybe 10 minutes of presentation and then just kind of round it up on
So I'm thinking that hits about the same spot